Ensuring access to safe and clean water for irrigation, livestock, and aquaculture is vital for food production and livelihoods of many citizens, especially those who engage in agriculture and aquaculture. And the theme for this year emphasized the interconnectedness of water and food, not only for human beings, but for other forms of life. Sustainable water resource management is vital. This supports the livelihoods of our people, especially those engaged, as we are, in the dissemination of information and knowledge of agriculture and those that practice them daily. It echoes the theme of this year's National Agriculture Show: resilience, sustainable, and productive. I was telling the Minister for Agriculture that in some parts of Asia, when they develop housing estates, they always make sure that there is enough space for the new tenants to have a small garden, vegetables, or where they can have potted plants, where they can grow things like cabbages and lettuce and even tomatoes and cucumber. They do not need very much soil, but we can put them up on as creepers and produce your own. The impacts of climate change, including rising sea levels and extreme weather events, make water management and food security even more complex. And we have to grow and develop with nature. We need strategies that make our food production resilient to climate change. We must explore drought-resistant crops and sustainable water practices. But to genuinely leave no one behind means addressing issues like food affordability, distribution, and nutritional education, especially among vulnerable populations in the remote areas. It calls for communal effort. It calls for collaboration among communities. It calls on us as government and NGOs and other stakeholders to ensure that every Fijian has access to potable water and food. In a world where millions of people grapple with hunger, conflict, climate change, and the ongoing pandemic remain major drivers of global hunger. I'm told that 30% of the global population, approximately 2.5 billion people, are food insecure. That is a stark reminder that the fight against hunger is a global endeavor, and Fiji must play its part in that, in countering that, in solving that. We celebrate World Food Day in collaboration with organizations like UN Food and Agriculture Organization, and we acknowledge their presence here this morning, the World Food Program, the Ministry of Agriculture and Waterways, and the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. Our agriculture sector, the backbone of our economy, involves approximately 35% of our population, supporting their food and livelihood needs. In 2021, it accounted for 9.1% of our GDP, with a 1% growth during the year, led by top export commodities like kava, yangwana, turmeric, taro, ginger, cassava, meat of chicken, and other vegetables. Despite the challenges of COVID-19 and tropical cyclones, we have recorded, or Fiji has recorded, continuous export growth in fresh and chilled commodities. We've seen continuous export growth in fresh and chilled commodities despite the challenges brought on by COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, this last year, the value of fresh and chilled exports increased by 4.9%, contributing significantly to our national earnings. We are dedicated to supporting agricultural developments and transitional smallhold farmers to commercial level, improve their scale and productivity. We continue to witness an increase in the number of farmers, showing the growing importance of agriculture in our people's lives. The ministry, I believe, is dedicated. I've been told, you tell me if they're not doing this. I've been told that they are dedicated to supporting agricultural development. And the minister mentioned a small increase in their budget allocation and also hinted at wanting an increase next year by pointing out that when I was Prime Minister the last time, we had a healthy, very healthy agriculture budget. The challenge is taken and accepted, Minister. It is a testament to the growing importance of agriculture in the lives of our people. But the challenges persist. Our own household income and expenditure survey for 2019 to 2020 revealed that 40% of households engaged in subsistence farming and 23% of agricultural wage earners were considered poor. When I had my farm, I saw a group stop in front of my house, and I called out, "Who is that?" They told me, "Watala ni wasa na tewa. Sangay kau tungo may du, may nanunga, may nantutoy tal-tal." So I called out, "Tarawigin." So we stopped, we put on a very quick ambush, and we stopped the tal-tal Nanunga from Zu, who was being posted to Natewa. And I quietly briefed the young men who were there. Ramay na Rabuka, Ramay na Talo, Mukundo na Sip Tungori, Nevada, Los Angeles. So we kept him talking and drinking while we did all that. At the end, we brought out the tambua and welcomed him, Galvalovi, and a small woman, mother, whatever the women on the farm had. And we told him, if Natewa does not welcome you today this way, we are doing Natewa's welcome ceremony for you. And he saw the big logo, Ambutamai, the concept of wealth in the Old Testament. We very, very lowly nowadays. Just being on the farm. We read in the Bible, having a mission of line, do barutam naman doon naman mungul. Barutam may sana kangor bin doon naman ray. Yet, we call those that live like that poor. We must address the problems that are facing our population of today. And we are facing the problems of population growth, the problem of climate change, and also the problems of dietary choices. When I call for my favorite dish at home, my grandchildren and great-grandchildren would rather go to McDonald's or KFC. They would not be part of the table having roll or ota I only hope they can come back and appreciate not only the taste, but also the nutrition value of those food. It's all about what we're here for today and the next few days. And I'd like to ask the Minister and senior civil servants and heads of families to reintroduce food culture, our own food culture. What is food? Used to be tapioca, dalo, kumala, chayana rabundi, roro, fish, prawns, fresh water, shellfish. Now it's almost, if it doesn't come in a tin or a can, that's not food. So let us re-educate ourselves in our own food culture. Modern food culture, nutritious food culture, healthy food culture.